Hi there. Today I want to talk about some common experiences that you might notice in meditation. Well, I'm going to speak from my experience as to what normally happens. So as soon as I sit down, it's usually because I can feel that I need to meditate. First things that happen when I close my eyes are that I have these kind of reactions to being still. It's like, I don't want to be doing this. I don't have time for this. There are so many things I need to get done. So there's all this sort of reaction to me actually stopping and being still. And I have to sort of hold myself in the space so that I don't just get up and leave. So that seems to occur most of the time. So there's always this little internal tantrum that I have to have when I first sit down, which is a bit ridiculous because I know the benefits and I know I'm going to feel amazing afterwards. But just know that it's very normal to feel those feelings as soon as you sit down. Often at this point, my attention is very scattered, so my brain just wants to go everywhere. And I'll start by connecting with my breath, starting with a nice deep breath and exhaling. And then I start to remember why I'm doing it. And then my mind wants to keep going off in those different directions, and then I keep coming back to the breath. So it's like this constant push-pull thing where my mind's just saying, let me out of here, let me out of here. And my breath keeps bringing me back to focus. So as soon as I notice those thoughts racing off, I keep coming back to the breath. And as my energy settles, I start to notice what's going on in my body. So physical sensations start to be more prominent. So often with me, I can feel a heaviness in my heart because I tend to be driven by emotions. Other people might feel that their head feels busy or heavy as their mind is racing. Or you may feel it in your stomach, especially if you're an active person that wants to be doing things. So it can feel all churned up. So what I then like to do is have a look at these feelings. For example, if it's my heart, I like to ask, what's going on in here? And often I'll get answers. It might be about an altercation I've had with someone. I might be carrying someone that I'm worried about in my heart. It can be all different reasons, but it starts to become clear the more I sit with it. And as I become more aware of what's actually happening in my inner world, it starts to soften. It starts to get lighter. I can sort of look at what's going on and ask myself, is this rational? Do I need to be carrying this person? I can ask myself, what do I need to do to shift this feeling? And often my higher self will come up with answers. So the longer I sit in my present moment awareness, aware of what's going on in my body physically, in my mind and emotions, as I sit and keep coming back to the breath, everything just starts to soften. It gets lighter, and I can feel like I'm just sitting in this beautiful stillness. Now, some days it can definitely be harder to reach this stillness, but what I do know is that every time I finish a meditation, I always feel better. Whether that's just a smidgen, I always feel better. So just remind yourself, if you sit down and your mind is busy for the whole time, it's still really beneficial. And what I do know for sure is when you stick with the daily meditation practice, everything gets easier. Your world will still have the blow-ups and the turmoil and the conflict, but what you'll notice is everything gets easier to deal with. I'm Angie Hilton. Thanks for joining me. If you've enjoyed this clip, make sure you subscribe so we can let you know about more handy tips on how to uplift your life from the inside out.